Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's Challenger Scorpion, 2,000 points. Eldar are here against the Custodes. Luke Seaman has returned with his Custodes force and has challenged the Eldar in a fight to the death here, fighting across this Imperial terrain, industrial area here, ruins, burnt out rhinos from the Imperial fists, but it'll be across this terrain that the Eldar will do battle with the forces of the Custodes. Alright, so welcome to this 2,000 points game. Two very elite armies here fighting against each other, and a debut. We've never had this clash before, so Luke Seaman has brought his Custodes to fight against the Eldar in this battle. Two armies that have been performing well. Luke says that his force has been winning a lot of games, and the Eldar here on a good streak also. So I have a battle-forged army here, it's a battalion, and then a Supreme Command Detachment here as well. So I've just shifted Eldrad across. Supreme Command Detachment is Eldrad, two separate Warlocks, and then a Spirit Seer as well. It's all way is the craft world for them. So on 6 they'll ignore damage that comes through. And then Psychic Powers, Doom, Fortune, and Guide here on Eldrad. Conceal Reveal on the Spirit Seer, Protect and Jinx on this Warlock, and then Quicken Restrain on the other Warlock there with the sword raised up. Then I have a super heavy auxiliary. Its craft world is a Latox, a -1 to hit rolls over 12 inches away. That's the Wraith Knight here with the 2 heavy Wraith cannons for that. Then the rest goes into a battalion, 3 HQs. First is Autark on a jet bike. He's taken a Banshee Mask from the Index, so no Overwatch against him. He's armed with a Laser Lance, and I've also given him the Shimmer Plume, which is -1 to all hit rolls against him. This craft world is a Latox, -1 to hit rolls at over 12 inches away. Second HQ is an Autark with a Reaper Launcher and a Banshee Mask, all taken from the Index, and a Power Sword given to him. And then the other HQ is the Avatar of Khaine. He's in the force, that's the Forge World model. Then to make up the battalion, 3 units of Rangers, all 5 strong. Then Elites, we have a unit of 10 Striking Scorpions with Ariel Doomhand as the Exarch with the Scorpion's Claw, the rest armed with Scorpion Chainswords and Shuriken Pistols for them, and Mandi Blasters as well. And then Elite's Choice here, it's the Bone Singer. In the Psychic phase, it can knit Wraith Bone. D3 wounds can be restored, and it's there to help out the Wraith Knight to try and keep it alive. Heavy support, I have 5 Dark Reapers with a Reaper Exarch there. They're all armed with Reaper Launchers. And then, finally, it's the 9, as they have become known. It's the 9 Shining Spears, all with Laser Lances. There's an Exarch there with Star Lance for him, and that's part of the Alatok craft world. So this is the Eldar list that has cut its way through one army after the next, but will their winning streak be ended here by the Custodes? We'll have to see. We'll take a look and see what Luke Seaman has in his list. Alright, so 2,000 points of Adeptus Custodes here. Luke Seaman has returned. He's thrown down the gauntlet here specifically against the Eldar, so they have risen to the challenge, and these two sides prepare to collide across this battlefield. We'll let Luke run through his list.
Okay, so with the battalion, we've got a Warlord. He's going to be the Warlord, the Shield Captain, and then you've got Trajan Valorous. He's going to have Impenetrable Mind, which basically means you can deny the Witch. Got 3 Custodian Guards, one with a whole load of Storm Shields, the other with Storm Shields and Guardian Spears, with a Land Raider and the Virtuous Praetors. Within the Vanguard, we've got a Shield Captain who's going to have the Eagle Eye with a 3 up in Vun, a squad of Valorous Terminators, and a Vexus Praetor who's got the, I've forgotten the name, but it's -1 to hit within 6, and then the Contemptor Dreadnought.
Alright, so that's the list here. Elite versus Elite here in this game. The finest that the Emperor has to offer against the Scourge and Eldar Xenos scum. We'll go now on to scenario and deployment here in this fight. Okay, so the mission's been randomly determined here. Options were the rulebook, standard 40k rulebook, and chapter approved 2017 and 18. I've gone to chapter approved 2017, and it's Maelstrom War. It's the last mission. Recon is the name. Forces for both sides will be split into 3 parts. One will be the starting force that starts on the table, and then the rest will come on turn 1 on a 3+, within 6 inches of your deployment zone. Search and destroy is the deployment zone here. So Custodes chose this side because there's more objectives here. So Custodes will be fighting from this corner, and then across the other side will be the Eldar deployment zone. So just point out the objectives. Objective number 5 is up here inside Eldar deployment zone. Objective number 3 in no man's land, almost at the centre of the table. There's the dice mark in the centre of the board. Objective number 1 is just tucked in here on the right hand flank of the Custodes deployment zone. And then objectives 2 and 4 are inside the Custodes deployment zone quite comfortably. And the last objective, number 6, is just here in no man's land as well. Sort of an objective on either flank. 2 here, 1 in the middle, and 1 for the Eldar. So a bit of an incentive probably for the Eldar to attack, but both sides can act aggressively for sure. Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Linebreaker all available in this game. And that's pretty much it. Drawing cards, so you can draw up to 3 a turn until you have 3. 3 is the maximum that you can have in play at any time. And then if at the end of your turn, it's free to dump 1 card. That's the scenario. We'll go on to deployment now. Forces will start alternating placing units on the board. Just to mention the battle mat in this game, it's from gamemat.eu, and then the containers and this piping and this set here, it comes from the Chem Zone terrain set, and just mixing it in with other terrain here. Just roll the mat out nice and flat, and then we just place our terrain, some stones, and scatter and battlefield debris, and we've generated a nice table here. But check out gamemat.eu, they've supplied the battle mat and some of the terrain here used in this game. Okay, so just before we start deployment, forces have been split as evenly as possible into 3 groups. So group 1, 2 and 3. So we'll let Luke roll up here to see which is his starting force, 1 or 2 starting from that end. So it is that force there, it's the more elite section. Well, the whole army's elite, but it's the Alaris Terminators there, the Shield Captain and the Dreadnought will start on the board. The rest will come on turn 1 on the 3+. Then for the Eldar, a group here. A psychic cluster protected by the Scorpions, and then the other group here at the back. So 1, 2 or 3 will be these, 4, 3 or 1, 2 will be these, 3 or 4 here. 1 or 2. So this group will start on the board. These will come on turn 1 on a 3+. So that's been determined. We'll start alternating placing units on the board from our starting force. Okay, so deployment complete here. Eldar finished deploying last. We've put these rangers into normal reserve. We've had a discussion about this mission. It has been affected by the different rules that have come out. So this is part of my starting force. I'm going to put them into regular appear unbidden special rules, so they can deep strike turn 2 onwards as per normal. This stuff here is forced to come on, the way we're going to play it, 3+, and then automatically on turn 2. I can't play the usual deep striking rules, so then they're forced to come on within 6 inches of their own table edge. It's going to be restrictive here for units that seek to deep strike. And then deploying here with the bikers at the front, and then behind them the Avatar of Cain, and then also the Autarch on the jet bike. Then around here, Luke thought about putting multiple units into reserve, but he hasn't. He's deployed here with the Alaris Terminators, Shield Captain just behind them, and the Dreadnought here, happy to sit on objective number 4. That's deployment done. Not many models on the board here. Perhaps one of the lowest model counts we've had for a deployment ever in a game. Luke has 5 models on his side, and I've actually got 12. Not many at all here, but we'll go on to the first turn of the game. Luke finished deploying first. That's Luke Seaman, so let him roll up here with +1. It becomes a 6. Try and get a 6 to force a reroll. No. We'll just try and seize initiative on a 6. No, we do not. So the Custodes go first. Expect most of the army to turn up. 3+ to bring everything else on. And then the starting force here as well. So deployment done. The forces of the Imperium will strike first. Turn 1 coming up next. All right, Luke's rolling up here for his reserves to see which arrives. Some units are arriving, some are not. So you can see these have changed position. I've played Phantasm here, just calculating it out. Going first, the Custodes could move through here with the Alaris Terminators and get a turn 1 charge against the bikers. Don't want that to happen. So I played Phantasm and pulled these 3 units back out of trouble, and it'll keep them out of range as well, of reserves coming on with range 24 firepower as well. It's just a bit of a Eldar trickery here, just to try and preserve this key unit. These will be key. Luke said here at the start of the game what a lot of players say, that is, these need to be destroyed, and that's one of the key hinge units here for this Eldar force. Watch them. If they do well, the game should go well for the Eldar. If they're dealt with quite quickly, there'll be trouble for the Eldar. So we'll let Luke make his moves. He's got the units to move here on the board, and then reserves to start arriving as well. All right, so turn 1 movement complete here. Just the bikers have arrived. A load of 1s and 2s being rolled. All of these inside the land raid. Okay, that failed, and those 2 squads didn't arrive either. So the bikers have turned up here. They have to come on within your deployment zone, wholly within, and then wholly within 6 inches as well. It's very restrictive, this mission, but the bikers have turned up. They'll be able to move out next turn. Alaris have gone aggressive here, heading off towards the centre of the table, and then advanced move made by the Dreadnought here towards objective number 1. Because mission critical objective number 1, so that's that objective that Dreadnought's headed towards, and then defend objective number 1 as well, so massive incentive to go out onto that flank and then eliminate threats, destroying units, points available for that. Yeah, so mission critical, that can be fulfilled by any unit, doesn't have to be the Warlord, the other one is priority orders received. So the Dreadnought can fulfill that one there. A bit of an incentive for the Eldar to try and block objective number 1 if they can, otherwise there'll be some early points picked up here by the Custodes. Movement complete. We'll go on to shooting phase next.
Shots with the Custodian axes.
Yes, so Alaris Terminators firing here, needing 2s.
Okay. Toughness 3?
Toughness 4, so 4s for wounds.
No.
No wounds come through, okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Just a few warning shots sent towards the Eldar here. No assaults, no charges. A very, very fast turn 1. We'll now immediately head on to turn 1 for the Eldar. Okay, movement complete for the Eldar. You can see a number of reserves have arrived for them. A good number failed though. These rangers have not turned up. Neither is the Bone Singer, neither is Eldrad, and the 2 Warlocks haven't turned up. So I'm going to be denied a lot of psychic help here in this turn. A few tricks that the Eldar are using again. We've deployed, they'll move these out just a regular 16-inch mill, or up to 16 inches. We're just on the tip of 12 inches away here, and that's to let loose with our twin-stricken catapults, and then potentially pull away from there by using fire and fade. Here just holding back, but just within 6 inches to grant reroll 1s. For the Autarch, Avatar's holding ground as well, holding position with the Autarch with the Reaper launcher. Scorpions have arrived, but the Psykers are missing here, so they've just headed on behind this building. Then behind them is the Spirit Seer. Wraith Knights turned up here to fire potentially at the Dreadnought, which you can see just about, and then here snipers have turned up, and the Dark Reapers just way at the back here with their range 48 weapons. That's movement complete here. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Eldar here on turn 1. So Psychic Phase complete, just 1 power going off. Conceal, we played that on the jet bikes, so -1 to hit them. Then combine that with a Laytok, firing now over 12 inches away, will be -2 to the hit roll. Psychic Phase complete. We'll go on to the shooting phase next here for the Eldar on turn 1. So Wraith Knight's going to take the opportunity to fire before this Land Raider comes on. You can see the Dreadnought across here. We need 3s to hit. There's no rerolls available of any kind. So they've all hit the target. That's a good start from him. Strength 16. So 2s for wounds. I'm going to command reroll this one. And it goes through. It's AP -4. So 6s here to block with the... Oh no, 5+ Invuln save Luke will take.
No, all go through.
All go through, and all of a sudden 4d6 damage comes through, and it's not dead yet. 13 wounds, and it'll be 6s to ignore damage. It probably will be destroyed, but there's a chance here if Luke can roll a number of 6s. It's a chance for this Dreadnought to be brought down. He's done it. I think you've kept him alive. There's 2, and there's 2 more.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's on 1.
It's on 1. Okay, 1 wound left. Dreadnought's taken some serious damage, but it hasn't been destroyed here. So 1 wound left. There's a chance to still try and kill him here. We've checked line of sight. This Autarch with a Reaper launcher is in range by about 4 inches and in line of sight just about. So we're going to fire the heavier shot, the strength 8 shot here. So 2s for a hit. We haven't moved. 3s for a wound. Command reroll's been used up. The wound does come through. It's AP -2. So Luke will take a 4+ regular armor save here, which he passes. All right, so the Dreadnought's going to survive. A scary moment there. Looking for first strike and trying to deny that objective from being picked up. I don't think the Eldar can do anything about this now. This Dreadnought looks set to be able to move on to objective number 1. But that was close here. And good firepower, really, from the Wraith Knight. Good opening salvo from him. We'll press on with the rest of the firepower. But Shuriken catapults to fire through against the Alaris Terminators. And that'll be shooting done. It won't be. We've got these guys available to shoot. They can't see the Dreadnought, I don't think, so they'll have to pick on another target. All right, 36 shots into the Alaris Terminators here. So looking for 3s to hit. Take away these 2s. And then we'll get to reroll 1s. So reroll those. Those have missed. So miss, reroll. 2 misses. Another one. Just checking. This is the Autarch helping out. Yes, getting those hits. So, a good number of hits coming through. It's going to be 2 up armor saves, unless we roll some 6s here. So there's a couple. And a few more. These are going to come through at AP -4. So Luke will make invuln saves on them. And then 5s and 6s will be 2 up saves. Just there. So we might be able to pick off a few wounds. So 4 AP -4 saves to make.
Okay, so 1 down.
1 brought down here, and then 5 saves of 2+. Another 1 wound comes through. Okay, not a bad salvo there. We're immediately going to play fire and fade here with these jetbikes. I'm going to pull them back. Okay, so pulling back 7 inches here with fire and fade. These 2 aren't upstairs, they're downstairs on the lower level, just maintaining unit coherency. It reminds me of sort of ancient Celtic chariot tactics here, driving up, launching spears and then driving away again, tormenting the Custodes here, the Eldar, using their manoeuvrability to fire and then fade away. So that's the jet bikes finished. I've got 5 command points left. It's starting to burn through our command points here in the early manoeuvres here in this game. Firepower, yes, got a bit of sniper firepower to do, and the Dark Reapers available to shoot. Okay, so we'll fire the Dark Reapers here. 10 shots. We'll go into the bikers, so we're going to need 3s to hit. There's no re-rolls of any kind available, so I'll take those away. Strength 5, but it's toughness 6, so 5s for wounds. Yeah, 2 wounds come through. AP -2, so Luke will take a 4+ invuln save. No, and that'll be a total of 4 damage coming through here. Command re-roll one of those, or?
No, I won't.
Okay, so 4 wounds on the bikers. 1 of them will be brought down here, so 1 can be picked off. Sniped here by the Dark Reapers from extreme range with their Reaper launchers. A bit of sniper fire to do. We'll put those shots onto the Alaris Terminators. So we've moved. We need 4s because we moved, and then 5s for wounds. 0, no impact from them at all. That'll mark the end of Eldar shooting here on turn 1. So turn 1 finished for the Eldar. No charges, no Overwatch to take place. Just checking our cards. We've fulfilled none of these. So that'll mark the end of the turn here for the Eldar. We'll now go on to turn 2, the Adeptus Custodes. Eldar playing games here with the Custodes, firing and fading, shooting at long range. We'll see how the Custodes react to this Eldar trickery. Turn 2 coming up next for them. Everything's arrived? Yes, yeah. Everything's on the board. Okay. So, same missions in place. Eliminate threats, mission critical objective number 1, and then defend objective number 1 as well. So, a lot of points available here. Luke will immediately pick up D3 for this one. And then if he can survive, he'll get another 2 at the end of Eldar turn 2. So these arrived here. Still the same restrictions for these automatic reserves arriving. Got to be within your own deployment zone and within 6 inches of the board edge. Land Raiders arrived. Next to him is the Shield Captain and the Standard here. And there's a unit of 3. 4. Oh, Trajans inside. And the two, and the unit of Custodian Guard. Okay, Bikers are swung around to the left, swinging in this direction, ready to lay down some firepower. And then Alaris Terminators, the 2 that are left, along with the Shield Captain. They've moved through into the Cathedral here, heading off in this direction. But Eldar are proving elusive here at this stage. But some heavy firepower's arrived to lay down some long-range fire support. Movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Okay, so Bikers, new beta rules for them. They get it, so they are over 12 inches away, but they're still going to get the full amount of shots. -2 to the hit rolls for Conceal and a Laytock. So 3s and 2s will be misses, and 1s can be re-rolled. So Luke's just removing. Not used to having to take away misses here for these. Usually it's loads of hits coming through, but there's another 1 there. That can go. That 3. And that 3 there. All of a sudden, a lot of misses. Okay, just re-rolling the 1s here. Those 2 missed, but 2 more hits come through. Okay, so about half of hit here, where many armies would miss with the vast majority, still half the shots come through. Strength 4, toughness 4. So 4s for wounds. And we'll be down to a 3+ regular armor save here. There's lots actually, so plenty of saves for the 8 saves to make. Yeah, a bit of trouble here for the Shining Spears. It looks like they may lose a few of their number. If we roll badly, a dent will be put in this unit, and we have rolled badly, and it looks like 2 of the Bikers will be brought down. I had half tempted to go for a command reroll to try and keep one of them alive. No, we'll lose it because there's other stratagems we want to use, but we have lost 2 Bikers here. That's good shooting there from the Custodian Bikers there on their Doom Eagle jetbikes. Good shooting from them. 2 out of the Shining Spears brought down. So pressing on, we'll go for heavy bolters. This is the Land Raider firing. Heavy bolters going to go into the Bikers, and then across here, las cannons. What's going to go first?
So I'm going to do heavy bolters.
Heavy bolters, okay. Just going into the, again, -2 to the hit rolls, so those 2 become misses. 3s to wound. I could take out another bike here if it rolls well. 2 wounds come through. -1, so we'll take a 4-up save or a 4-up in 1 save, doesn't matter. A wound taken here on another bike, ouch. Yeah, here come the laser cannon shots. -1 to the hit rolls for these. So the 1s can be re-rolled. 2 1s come through, just the 2 hits. 3s for wounds. Yes, and we'll take 6-up saves to try and ignore. 6 and a 5, close. And it's 1 damage, a chance for a command reroll, possibly. Is it worth it?
No, because you're not going to drop the bracket, are you?
No. Okay, 1 wound taken, down to 23 left here on the Wraith Knight. Okay, so shooting phase resolved. 23 wounds left here on the Wraith Knight. There's no other shooting left. The Alaris Terminators and Shield Captain, they made advance rolls to make sure they got inside the ruins. That'll mark the end of shooting phase here. And no assaults to take place. Both armies still at arm's length here. Who's going to charge in first is the is the question. Eldar tempted to now. They're starting to take casualties. We'll see what they decide to do. This power can come off. Luke can trade in D3 here.
No, 1, because it's D3 if I take it off you.
Ah, gotcha. Right, so 1 point picked up there for mission critical objective. And then at the end of my turn, if the Dreadnought still holds objective number 1, Luke will pick up, or the Custodes will pick up another 2 victory points. Turn's finished here. Do the Eldar charge in or not? We'll go on to Eldar turn 2 coming up next. Okay, movement for the Eldar here on turn 2. So Kane's Wrath is in play, combined striking behind enemy lines. Quite restricted here with the units still coming on from reserve. They've all turned up here. I have kept these off the board. I can deep strike them in turn 3 somewhere on the table, just in case an objective pops up somewhere. But those are the objectives to go after. I've got to try and get a charge off here to get that one. Combined strike, destroying an enemy unit in psychic shooting or fight phase, and there's multiple combinations I can go for there to pick up more points. Then behind enemy lines, that's 1 unit completely in the enemy's deployment zone. I have to save that one for another time. So Rangers have turned up from reserve. These have moved ahead to here. Then Warlock there, Bone Singer here, shifted these across just to shield them a bit behind this, but still with a line of sight through to the Alaris Terminators. Eldrad's turned up, Warlock to his right hand side. Scorpions have occupied the building. They're that ruin piece of terrain just to give them a bit of protection. Haven't moved again with the Autarch with the Reaper launcher. The Avatar made an advance move 10 inches in total, and he is just within range of his Wailing Doom to let off a shot. The Autarchs moved up behind the Bikers, which have gone in aggressive. They may not charge, they may go in just for the shooting and then pull out again, possibly. We'll see what we'll do with those. Wraith Knights jumped up and over 12 inches. I reckon a 6-inch charge will get him into combat there against the Dreadnought. So, movement done here for the Eldar. They're starting to press here on both flanks. We'll go on to their psychic phase next. Okay, psychic phase complete here. Conceal has gone off onto the Bikers, so a further -1 to hit rolls against them for shooting. Protect I've put onto these to increase their armor save to 2+, and then we've put Guide and Fortune. This is Eldrad's power side to come through now. So Guide reroll hits for shooting, and 5+ to ignore damage coming through with Fortune on the Knight. Psychic phase complete. We'll go on to shooting phase next here for the Eldar on turn 2. Alright, so shooting phase here. We'll start with the Wraith Knight. He's actually going to fire into the Land Raider, sort of arch enemies, these two, with their firepower. So we're going to fire hitting 3s and re-rollable 4s because of the banner. Yes, good play. Okay, so it's -1 to the hit rolls. So we'll be careful with the re-rolls here, but we'll roll up and see what we get. Yeah, so I get to reroll all of these. If any 3s are in there, they'd have to stand as they are and then become misses. So looking for... No, this is good. That saved you because that would have hit. Only 1 Wraith Cannon hits come through. 2s for a wound. The wound comes through, it's -4. So 6 for a save. No, Luke's going to be happy here. Land Raider's going to survive. 4 wounds taken, but still it will remain in a good bracket. And it'll be able to fire back next turn. Alright, next is the... jet bikes here. I'm going to fire the laser lances and the star lance into the Doom Eagle jet bikes here. So 6 shots. Our squad's been knocked down by 2. Rerolling 1s for the Autarch nearby. Toughness 6. 4s to wound. There's a cock dice just there, so I'll roll again. So 5. So just the 2. AP -4.
2 4-ups. No, both go through.
No, alright, so that's 4 damage. That'll be another biker brought down here. Unless Luke wants to use a command reroll on one of those. No, okay. And then a Star Lance needing a 3. Rerollable for the Exarch nearby. Roll again. It's a 6 for a hit. And then a 3 for a wound. Wound comes through. AP -4 again. No, and that's a straight 2 damage for that one. Right, so Twin Shuriken Catapults firing now. So these are the shots coming through. We'll get to reroll any 1s here, which there's a few. So this is the results. Reroll those. We'll take the 2 away and that one. Reroll these. Those 2 can disappear. So there's a lot of hits coming through here. 6s we're looking for to get that AP -4. So there's those. And there's some 6s. And then there's 2 more. Okay, so that's going to be 6 AP -4 wounds coming through. So 4-up saves.
He's gone.
Failed 3, and he's taken 3 wounds. Yes, he's already on 2, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's gone. Okay, so squad wiped out there. Nasty firepower there from the Eldar jet bikes. Autarchs just fired 2 wounds coming through. One of them at AP -4, but no damage taken. Luke passing saves of 3+ and 2+, so no more damage there against the Alaris Terminators. Still some shooting to go though. Avatar will see if he can see anything here, and the Dark Reaper's available to shoot, but a sniper fire available as well. Okay, rest of the firepower resolved here. Snipers firing through at the shield captain, no damage at all. Dark Reapers, their firepower coming through, 4 wounds in total, making it through that, and another one of the Alaris Terminators brought down. Just one of them left on full strength, and also the shield captain in the room. We'll just go around the other side so you can see the situation here. So here's the Eldar jetbikes. Didn't pull out in the end. We've kept them where they are. We'll get a victory point if we mount a successful charge. So this is the situation here. 1 Alaris Terminator and the Shield Captain. 4 up invuln save him, 3 up invuln save. Tough task, but I feel we need to go in for this assault here. If we don't take them out though, there could be trouble. Yeah, I think we're forced into it. We can't let them charge us though. So we're going to have to be forced into the charge here. So the jetbikes have to go in for the assault. That's the turn finished as far as shooting is concerned. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. The Wraith Knight's going to try and go into the Dreadnought here. And the jetbikes, wisely or foolishly, will charge into the Alaris Terminator and the Shield Captain. Okay, so charges have taken place. The bikers have gone in. I've got a bad feeling about this. Luke will be able to disembark here from the Land Raider with his squads. There's Trajan in there as well. So I think my bikers are in serious trouble. They've charged a bit earlier. Should have pulled them back, but it's too late now. They've gone in for a... yes, definitely too late now. Dreadnought's fired here, caused no damage. Wraith Knight's charging in. Had to use a command reroll to make sure he made it into combat. And he's gone 9 inches, or could go up to 9 inches in total. The idea is to try and deny this defend objective number 1 with the Wraith Knight. Good showing from him so far. Okay, so we're going to combat resolution here. 2 important combats to take place. This one tactically very important, and here we need to try and bring down at least the Alaris Terminator if we can. Okay, I've played Supreme Disdain. We're going to try and make sure these attacks go through. So we'll do 3 attacks here. Just calculating which ones can reach the Terminator, and then another 6 attacks will come from regular Shining Spears here. This is all going against the Alaris Terminator, and then 6 attacks regular Laser Lances will go into the Shield Captain. So Star Lance first of all. Alright, so 2 hits. Supreme Disdain generates an extra attack, which hits. And then a strength 8 here, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds come through. These are at -4. So saves a 4+. He saves 2. This is the problem with this invuln save. This is good. 6 attacks now, Laser Lances. Rerolling 1s, the Autarch's just nearby. So no extra Supreme Disdain attacks coming through. 2 wounds. I think you're going to survive here. 2 more saves of 4+. This is it to keep the Terminator alive. Just the one gets through. He has survived. 2 wounds taken. So, yeah, Shield Captain attacks coming in against him. Rerolling 1s. And we had another hit here. So 2 misses. 2 extra attacks for Supreme Disdain. Rerolling 1s. And that's not gone through. Toughness 5. 3s to wound. Strength 6. They've all come through all of a sudden. 5 saves here. 3+ for his invuln save. Takes 2. Alright, 4 wounds come through against him. But these Custodes very, very tough here in this fight. Okay, so we'll resolve this combat here. It's a bit out of sync, but we'll let the Custodes fight back. So the first one to fight will be the Alaris Terminator. 2s, rerolling 1s. Such reliable. Here, yeah, 2s. This is really good. 2s to wound. AP minus, I hate to think.
-3, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get a 6 up save. We saved none.
-2, sorry.
-2. Okay, so that's a save.
Yeah.
And the damage?
D3.
Damage, right, so 1 at a time here. So the first D3 takes a biker down. The next D3 takes a biker down. And the last one takes a biker down. That's just the Terminator fighting there. Let alone the Shield Captain. His attack's coming up next. So we'll remove these 3. There's 4 to try and bring down here. Absolutely deadly. Rerolling 1s. Yeah, so watch and be warned here, viewers, of charging into Custodes. Those 2s to wound. Unbelievable. Yeah, he fights a strength 10, doesn't he?
His strength 8, but your toughness 4.
Toughness 4, no, you've got me. That's fine. AP minus, the same. AP minus 3.
-2.
-2 again. Okay, so there's 4 saves. Of 5+ will help. We save 2, so not wipe the bikers out, but 2 get through. So it's rolled up there, a 1, so 1 wound caused, and then a 5, but it doesn't matter, it's going to be 1 biker removed from play in total. We've lost 4, 3 remain, but they are still in trouble here. If Luke decides to carry on fighting, they'll be in trouble, or indeed units that can start to move in to charge as well. That's that combat resolved. We'll fight with the Wraith Knight next. Okay, Wraith Knight fighting here. 12 attacks. We'll use the feat. No re-rolls available. It's all 3s to hit here. So that's a good set of hits. 3s to wound. And it's -2. So Luke will take 4 up saves here to try and block these.
Oh, he's got
quadruple 1. There's one more save to make there as well, but it's not going to make any difference. Oh, yes, 6s to... Okay, Dreadnought gone. The Wraith Knight, we will... I think we're quite happy to sit where we are. No, we'll sit. We're not getting any closer. We're already nicely in range. There's no desire to get too close or any closer to the Custodes at this stage. Well done to the Wraith Knight. Good firepower and the ability there in close combat as well. So that's close combat's resolved. Good result here for the Eldar on this flank, denying some victory points here to the Custodes. But the jet bikes have been committed early, and that has proved disastrous for them. So we'll now go on to the third turn for the Adeptus Custodes. We'll see what kind of impact they can make. This is the middle stage now of the game. We'll trade in some cards actually for the Eldar. Missions being fulfilled. Behind enemy lines, no. Combined Strike and Kane's Wrath here. Yes, so Kane's Wrath, successful charge, just with 2 units. It would have been D3 if I had 3 units charging in. Combined Strike here, do get D3 because I destroyed the bikers on the shooting phase, and then in the assault phase destroyed the Dreadnought. So we get 2 points for that one. So 3 points picked up by the Eldar. Despite the loss of the bikers here, points starting to come in for them. That's the end of the turn. We'll go on to the third turn now for the Adeptus Custodes. Alright, so turn 3 here for the Adeptus Custodes. Defend objective number 1 is still viable here, despite the Wraith Knight sitting on top. It could be something that the Custodes could go for later. Eliminate threats, and no prisoners has been drawn here. So it's, again, destroying enemy units. Both sides are getting cards here, just encouraging the armies just to murder each other as much as possible. Still inside the Land Raider with Trajan and this 3-man unit of Custodian Guard. Land Raider has moved out this direction with 12 wounds left. The banner just behind and the Warlord just here. Then come around this side. Objective number 2 has been secured by a Custodian Guard. And this unit here moving up in support as well. So not many models for the Custodes, but a strong presence of them here, looking strong in this corner. And then around here, happy to fight on against the jet bikes. They should be destroyed this turn. It's an expensive Eldar unit here that is being cut down without mercy, and that will tip the game. Well, it's sort of evens at this stage. Hard to determine who's prevailing at this point. Maybe the fate of the Wraith Knight it will be key here for the Eldar. It's causing trouble for the Custodes at the moment, but no doubt the Land Raider will direct some shots at it again this turn. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So shooting here from the spears into the Wraith Knight.
I'm going to combine. Is that all right?
Sure. Oh yeah, no, fine. Go ahead.
5 guardian spears hitting on 2s, wounding on probably 5.
Strength
4.
Strength 4. Toughness 8. So it'll be 6s for wounds here. There's 1. 1 dice dropped here. Just re-roll that one. Yeah, 1 comes through. AP minus 1.
2.
AP minus 2. 5 up save. No. So straight 2 damage.
Yep.
Fortune here actually. We'll just roll up for that one. We block 1 of them. So 1 wound taken. Down to 20. 2 wounds now with the Wraith Knight. A wound dropped there from Custodian Guard. Firepower. Got 5 shots there, just to clarify. 1 of them was in rapid fire range, so that's why the 5 shots came through, but that's all resolved. Next, firepower.
Heavy bolter into your Scorpions.
Yes, and then...
The las cannons and the obvious choice.
Obvious, okay.
So, heavy bolters first. So on.
Okay, so a couple of misses there because of a Latok, minus 2 to the hit rolls. 3s to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds come through. AP minus 1, then plus 1 for cover. So we're on 3 up to save. And yes, it's helped. So no damage there on the Scorpions. Minus 1 to hit rolls now for the las cannon fire. You can re-roll the 1. No, anyone?
2.
Okay, command re-roll here.
Nope.
No, alright. So command point used up. And it'll be 3s to wound here. 3d6. This is healthy enough if the wounds come through, which they do. Oh boy. 6s to try and block. We block none. And all of a sudden, 10 wounds come through on the Wraith Knight. It's dropped from 22 down to 12. Hold it right there. Fortune favours the brave. Here we go. 5s and 6s. We managed to block 3. So we'll put him back up to 15. That's not as bad. Thankful for that. Fortune here from good old Eldar helping out. But the Wraith Knight's taken heavy damage now. 9 wounds removed in total. And that actually marks the end of the shooting phase here. So Wraith Knight's still half alive here. So still a threat on the board for sure. We've gone to charges and Overwatch next. Alright, so long range charge attempted here. No damage from Overwatch there. And that was against the Wraith Knight. Needed about a 12 that one to go off. But just tried to make the attempt there. So resolve combat's now in the Cathedral. Shield Captain will fight first here, so he'll make his attacks. 5 attacks, need 2s. They've all hit. 2s to wound. There's a couple of not gone through. 1 dice dropped. Just going to get a reroll here. Yes, 3 make it through, and they're at minus 3. So we'll make some saves here of 6+. You save 1, and it's D3 damage a time.
Yep.
So first one. So there's another dice off the table. That's killed a biker. And the next one has a wound on the biker. Okay, so 1 biker brought down, 1's taken a wound. Can interrupt play here. 2 command points. Got 1 command point left. The reasoning, the logic here is if I kill him, there'll be no more attacks coming through. So here's the Star Lance on the Autarch. They hit. 5s to wound though. A wound comes through. It'll be enough. 4+ Invon save here. I just knew it was going to be there. And 2 attacks from the regular guy. They hit. 5s for wounds again. Another one comes through. Another test here to see if the Invon save holds. Oh, it does hold. And now you can immediately fight back. Burnt through my command points on a unit that's dead. Yes, they've all hit. Oh no. 3s to win this time?
2s.
Still 2s to win. This is the
Reroll.
2. Come on, reroll this one.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I just want to try and guarantee the kill here. Because 1 jet bike for the Eldar could start moving around onto objectives and so on. So 6s. Oh, no. D3, it's auto kill. And then it's going to be 2 D3. There's actually 3 wounds to try and get through. So the first D3 here, this is just on the exile. 2 wounds. And then no matter what you roll, you'll kill him. That's fine. Okay, so wipe out here. The Shining Spears, the cursed unit, is no more. So he's done a few inches there, closer towards the nearest enemy model, which is the Autarch on the jet bike, and the turn is finished, and the bikers are wiped out. What a turn of events here. So both sides have lost their bikers.
Yeah.
Okay. End of turn. Cards to trade in. This game is quite even here.
Eliminate threats. That's 1 victory point.
Yes.
And then no prisoners.
For destroying a unit.
Yeah.
And you've evened the score up. Okay, the game's still on for both sides. Close battle here. Not many models on the table compared to other games of 40k, but still just as vicious a fight. So we'll go on to the third turn for the Eldar now. The game's still on for both sides, quite even. One side needs to try and get ahead if they're going to go on to victory here. We'll see who can break the deadlock. Turn 3 coming up for the Eldar next. Alright, so movement here for the Eldar on turn 3. Overwhelming firepower, we need defend objective number 6 and mission critical objective number 4. So defend 6 is this objective here, and then mission critical objective number 4 is this one. So well protected. Don't think we can get that one from the Custodes. Just put that down there to mark that one up. We need to hold on to that one this turn. So. And then also into Custodes turn 4 as well. Turn 2 we've brought in the Rangers, they've landed there. The Avatars moved across 7 poised to shoot and charge. Same also with the Autark on the jet bike. Then down here, Psychers moving into the protection of the building with the ring of striking scorpions surrounding it at the base. Moved up here, the spirits here. Eldrad's just on the second floor, but he's actually right at the very corner of the building, just here, just trying to get within range 24 of the Land Raider. Shifted across 7 with the Dark Reapers. Rangers haven't moved this time. Scorpions have remained where they are. Autark here with the Reaper launchers stayed where he is. And I think I've been forgetting to fire him for a couple of turns. He's so quiet there at the back. The action's been over this side. I've actually forgot to fire him a couple of times here in this game. We've shifted the Wraith Knight back full 12 inches, and then the Bone Singer's moved across to try and help restore some Wraith Bone. So movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Okay, Psychic Phase complete. Protect's gone off. Used a command reroll, my last command reroll here. Last command point being used up for that to try and protect the Dark Reapers. Then across here, Fortune's gone off on the Wraith Knight, and Doom's gone off there from Eldrad as well against the Land Raider, but Guide failed. Despite some rerolls being used for Eldrad, couldn't quite make that power go through, and that is Psychic Phase complete. Tried to cast Conceal as well, actually, for one of the Warlocks. That did not go through. Psychic Phase complete. Shooting Phase next. So we're on Shooting Phase here. Have resolved some of the firepower. The Alaris Terminator's gone. That was a Laser Lance and Shuriken Catapult fire and some Sniper fire coming through, bringing him down. And then the Avatars put a Melter Shot into the Shield Captain, but failed to wound. Their Strength 8, Toughness 5. So I then fired some sniper shots through here. The closest model is the Shield Captain. He's taken some wounds, a mortal wound here, and an armor save failed on a 1, and a command reroll used, another 1 rolled. So 2 wounds taken. He's got 2 wounds left here in total to try and get through. Units still to shoot is just to cover as well. Psychic Phase restored a wound here with the Bone Singer, so back up to 16 with the Wraith Knight. I can't keep surviving. I can't keep taking Las Cannon fire. I've got to try and deal with this Land Raider. So I have these to shoot with, and have the Wraith Knight available as well. So I'm going to fire the Wraith Knight first at the Land Raider. It's 12 wounds left to try and get through. Yeah, 3s for hits. Guide didn't go off, so just the 2 hits. No, sorry, missed. Yes. The banner. Yeah. -1 to the hit rolls. The Wraith Knight has not hit a dime yet. Okay, so that's that failed. I would have to turn to the... Oh, this is disastrous here. I have to turn to the Dark Reapers. They're not affected by modifiers, so we'll hit you on 3s regardless of any modifiers coming through. And with Doom, we'll play the Strength 5, -2, 2 damage shot. So that's going to be 10 shots coming through. No rerolls available at all. So it'll be 3s for hits. And then it will be 5s for wounds, and it's re-rollable for Doom. Yeah, thanks to Doom and Eldrad there, it's 3 at -2. So 4 ups.
Yep, 2 go through.
2 go through. 4 damage here, and I'll take the Land Raider down. Oh, hold on, no, 6s to try and block some of these. Blocks, none. Alright, so 4 wounds taken. Fire the Autark here with the Reaper Launcher, 2 hits. This is the Starshot missiles. 5 to wound, and it's rerollable for Doom. Another one comes through. 4 up. 6. All right, well played. Land Raider's surviving here. It's doing well. All right, so middle bracket here for the Land Raider. It's down to 8 wounds left, so there'll be a minus or a lower ballistic skill that it starts at for its shooting. Firepower's finished here for the Eldar. Not as effective as we had hoped. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch for them next. All right, so charges have taken place. No damage on Overwatch. The Avatar's gone in. Ultark the Jetbike, no. He's going to hold back and will not charge in. Just we're wary of what's inside the Land Raider there, and don't want to get tangled up too closely against Trajan Valoris and his bodyguard as well. We're going to combat resolution now as the Avatar fights away. Against your Warlord, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's my Warlord.
Oh, the Warlord's there. Okay, all right, so we'll resolve this combat. So Avatar fighting first. 2s to hit. Rerolling 1s because we're the same craft world here. Latok and Latok, yes. Okay, so get the hits. 3s for wounds though. Wound except 1. And the invuln save now of 3+. Please. Well done, very well done. And now you get to fight back against the Avatar. Probably cause some wounds here.
Rerolling 1s.
And one of them's failed. 2 of them failed. Okay, 3 make it through. So 3 have made it through.
4s? What toughness?
Toughness 6.
Oh, so 3s.
Just the 1. We'll take a 5+ invuln save, which we don't pass, and it's going to be D3 damage. 2, and we have a molten body. Which ignores one of them. Okay, just a wound taken here. These 2 locked in mortal combat. Neither of these have prevailed so far. So a good showdown, that one. Avatar versus the Shield Captain. That'll mark the end of the turn. We'll see if there's any cards to trade in here for the Eldar. We know they're trying to sit on objective number 6. They'll have to try and survive there into the next turn for the Custodes. And then we can't achieve that one. Overwhelming firepower, destroying unit in the shooting phase. We picked off the Terminator.
Yes, you did.
So he's gone. Just 1 point picked up for that. So still a trickle of points coming in here for the Eldar. Neither of these sides, though, getting miles ahead. So it's a battle of attrition here taking place. End of turn. We've gone to the 4th turn now for the Adeptus Custodes. All right, so Custodes on the move here. Secure objective number 2. Blood and Guts and Big Game Hunter. So destroying the Wraith Knight here, destroying units in close combat. This is all good cards being drawn here. And secure objective number 2 is just here, already secured. So a point will be picked up for that as well. That's the kind of cards you need here in these kind of games to get ahead. But it is dependent on what kind of cards are drawn here. But Custodes have got a good set that's come up, and I thought he's disembarking from the Land Raider here. Units preparing to charge in against the Avatar. Big vicious fight taking place in the Cathedral here. I think the Custodes disgusted that Xenos models would be in that area, and Luke seeking to get those removed as quick as possible. Interesting fight, though. 2 elite armies. Not many models to move around on the board, and the battlefield looks kind of empty here, but still fascinating matchup. You do have to think very carefully with your units, what to do with them. Each unit is precious here. Both sides have lost some key units so far. Jetbikers removed on both sides. Very even here, the damage being caused. So it's making for a tight game here as the Custodes just finish off their moves. So dropping off the passengers here. So there they are. There's the Custodian Guard. Continuing the melee, you haven't pulled out a close combat. No, so staying in close combat there with the Shield Captain. Then Trajan Valoris has turned up here as well, bursting through the doors, ready to take on the Avatar of Cain. Moving ahead with the Land Raider, then behind them the Shield Captain, the Warlord, and then here the Banner. Around this side, objective number 2 secured by this squad of Custodian Guard, and then this squad moving deeper in this direction. A potential Linebreaker unit for later on in the game. No, Linebreaker, no. Linebreaker, you'll need to be over in my deployment zone, which is this box here, and the same for the Eldar. If we're to secure Linebreaker, you'll need to be over in that direction as well. So, yeah, movement's complete. We're just double-checking the rules for Linebreaker. It is the enemy deployment zone. So it's this area here, the Custodians need to aim for if they're to go for that point, and the Eldar will need to go across into the other corner. So shooting phase coming up next. Big question: can the Wraith Knight be brought down? 16 wounds with Fortune. Every wound that can be whittled down, perhaps from infantry fire, and then the key las cannon fire will be crucial here on this turn. Big Game Hunter card can be achieved if this thing's brought down. Okay, a couple of spear shots coming through, no damage, so it is down to the Land Raider. Even the heavy bolter's going to go into the into the Wraith Knight here. So what's going to go first? Heavy bolter first. Okay, so tracer fire coming through here first of all. Yes, -1 to hit rolls. So that one can be
actually, that's removed because it's now hitting on 3s.
Gotcha. Yes, because of the damage bracket. Yep.
So 5s.
Yeah, 5s for wounds. It'll be AP -1. 3 of them make it through. Unbelievable. We'll get 4 up saves, which we pass all of those. Okay, it is the las cannons now. This is a very important role here. Those 2 will miss and they can't be re-rolled. So it looks like the Wraith Knight's going to survive. Unless... Are you command re-roll?
No, command re-roll 1. Nope.
No. Down to 3 command points left. 3's for wounds. 1 of them doesn't wound. The command re-roll's been used. 6 up here to block. No. D6 damage. It's 3. And 5+ for Fortune, none. So we drop down to 13 wounds here on the Wraith Knight. It's still in a healthy enough condition here. So it's taken a fair bit of effort to bring this thing down. A bit of a bullet magnet, absorbing a lot of shots here, and the heavy firepower that the Custodes have. We'll press on with some more firepower here. Most of it's complete now. Right, okay, shooting phase resolved here. Pistol fire could come through here. Characters can't block characters. The shots came through. 1 wound, we passed. Shooting phase finished. Charges then. So we have the Custodian Guard to charge, and also Trajan Valoris will resolve charges and Overwatch next. Right, so charges. The Custodian Guard used a command reroll but didn't make it in. Their target was the Autarch on the jet bike. Trajan's made it in though, and he's going to fight first here against the Avatar. See if he can bring him down. 7 wounds to try and get through here. So 2s for hits, rerolling 1s. Okay. 3s for wounds.
Yep.
Ah, they were wounded. Ouch. Try and use some 5-up invuln saves to block these. 1's gone off the board. I'll just reroll. They've all failed, and all of a sudden it is 4d3.
Yep.
6, 7, 8, 9. Avatar's dead unless Molten Body can save him. Right, so 5 pluses. Oh no. 7 wounds left. 7 wounds taken. The Avatar of Cain is no more. He almost survived. He would have had the other shield captain fighting against him anyway, but he's been overwhelmed here. And despite being a glorious Forge World model, it's not helped him here. He's been destroyed. So Trajan can make a move towards the jet bike if he so wishes, at 3 inches, or he can remain where he is. Yeah, so Trajan's trudged across there towards the jet bike. I doubt the jet bike's going to want to stay there. That marks the end of the turns. Any cards to trade in?
I've got Secure Objective 2.
For a point.
And Blood and Guts.
Destroying unit in close combat. Yeah, another point picked up. But the Eldar can trade in Defend Objective number 6, which they have secured just about, despite the loss of the Avatar, and they'll get 2. The game is still very, very close, so you can see both sides picking up roughly the same amount of points. So we'll go now on to Eldar turn 4 next. Neither side getting miles ahead. Just keep the points flowing in and keep trying to destroy as many units as possible. Eldar turn 4 coming up next. Alright, turn 4 here for the Eldar. Movement complete for them. Wraith Knight shifted across along with the Bone Singer. Just trying to keep out of range of some range 24 firepower. Just trying to limit as many wounds coming through as possible. The aim is to try and keep him alive for as long as we can here in this game. I think Eldar firepower would be the most potent aspect for them at the moment here. So trying to make use of the Avatar, the Dark Reapers as well. We've pulled the jet bike here away from Trajan. 22 inches in total advance we've made by him. Psychers holding position here. One of them, though, the one with Protect and Jinx, has shifted downstairs in amongst the Scorpions. Held position here with the Autarch with the Reaper Launcher. And then we tried to make an escape, rolled a 1 for an advance, only 8 inches moved, and that was the Rangers down here trying to get as far away as they can from Trajan. I think they may well be caught here if Trajan elects to go after them. So that's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next here for the Eldar on turn 4. Okay, Psychic Phase complete. Wraith Bone restored here, 2 wounds, so back up to 15. Fortune put on the Knight as well from Eldrad. Perilled, double 1 for Guide. Used both the dice to reroll, but still failed. So no Guide's gone off here. I was trying to guide the Wraith Knight with his firepower. Doom has gone off, though, on the Land Raider. We tried to cast Jinx and failed, so no -1. I was trying to put -1 there onto the Custodian Guard for their armor save and invuln save, but that's not gone off. And Protect, we tried to cast that on the Dark Reapers and failed with that as well. So a mixed result here for the Eldar on their Psychic Phase. Shooting Phase coming up for them next. We must destroy the Land Raider here. It's picking up a lot of wounds off the Wraith Knight faster than we can repair them, so we need to get a good result here. We'll go on to Shooting Phase for the Eldar next. So we'll fire the Wraith Knight here. Got no command points left. 4s for hits. Yes. 2s for wounds. And it's re-rollable for Doom. Just about. Yeah, okay. So AP -4. 6s to block. None. All of a sudden. Just happens so quickly. 3d6 damage. 14 wounds caused here. We'll see if... Yeah, 6 is trying to ignore this damage coming through. But I think this is the end of the Land Raider here. It's got 8 wounds remaining.
14, yeah.
14 to make. Need a fistful of 6s. There's some. There's 3.
No.
But no, not quite enough. Alright, so Land Raider destroyed. You got a couple of command rerolls left, so I'll see if it explodes. Almost. No, 5. Alright, but finally the Land Raider succumbs to the Wraith Knight's heavy guns. Okay, Shooting Phase. We resolved the rest here. One of the Custodian Guard brought down. That was firepower coming in from the Dark Reapers. Sniper Fire put a mortal wound on the Shield Captain. He's got 1 wound left. He has a total of 7 wounds. And then we fired the Autarch with the Reaper Launcher at Trajan. Got a wound, but an invuln save was passed. And that marks the end of the Shooting Phase here. No assaults take place. Eldar have gone out and come back in again. Relying on their firepower here to pick off the Custodes from range. But the way the cards go, that may force the Eldar out. But at this stage, they're just holding position. So we'll pick up points for 1 point for area denial. We haven't cleared 12 inches away, but we'll get 6 inches, so we'll get a point for that. Hold the line. We've kept units within our own deployment zone, so we'll get a point for that. And then we're away from objective number 4, and we're going to dump that one, because I don't think that's going to be doable for the foreseeable future, and we'll leave it there. So Eldar have crept ahead here, a couple of points flowing through. We'll go now on to Custodes. Turn 5 is next for them. Turn 5, the game could end soon, so there's a rush here to try and pick up as many points as possible in the knowledge that the game could come to an end here at the end of turn 5. Turn 5 now for the Adeptus Custodes. It seems like a standoff here between these two armies here. Both sides trying to pick up as many points from objectives as possible. We're going to turn 5 now for the Adeptus Custodes. So we're on turn 5 here for the Adeptus Custodes. Some games of 40k work like this, where, especially tournament sort of games, where you don't always have to do the Hollywood thing. Sometimes it's just a case of a battle of attrition, trying to see the game through to victory. Both sides believe they're in a chance here for the win, but it's going to be tight. So no big mistakes on either side. That's both players going cautious now. Trajan's moved out as feared to go after these, and then swing around to objective, trying to pick up objectives now just in case cards are drawn. Objective number 4 being held by these two here, the Banner and the Shield Captain. Custodian Guard holding on to objective number 2, and the others heading off to objective number 1. This is good placement here around the board for securing objectives. Looks like 4 of them here as well, so 4 in total could be well secured here by the Adeptus Custodes. That may well prove to be game changing for them. Big Game Hunter still in play to try and bring down the Wraith Knight. Assassinate, kill a character, possible, and then defend objective number 4, which is that one. Yes, points are available. Just take the card here, but it's, I think the Custodes are going to hold on to this one, no problem. It's another 2 points potentially there, so the game is virtually neck and neck at this stage. We'll go on to shooting phase. The Adeptus Custodes next. Okay, firepower, then cross to the other side. Rangers missed there. -1 to hit them for being Eldar Rangers, and 2 2s are rolled, so no hits there from Trajan Valoris. What's the name of the stratagem called?
It's Unescapable Vengeance.
Unescapable Vengeance. Excellently played. Inescapable Vengeance. Here, I had a Warlock here. He's been picked off by firepower coming from this Alaris. No, it's not Alaris Terminator. That's your... that's the Warlord there, isn't it?
Shield Captain.
Oh, Shield Captain. Yeah, no, Shield Captain firing through. Got his 2 hits, got his 2 wounds. 4+ Invuln save, we fouled both, and the damage came through. The Warlock brought down, and that will be Assassinate achieved there. It's 1 point or D3? For Assassinate.
It will be 1.
Just the 1, okay. Oh, I thought it was a D3. Okay, these guys advanced, so unable to shoot, and that's firepower resolved. So we'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Alright, so we've actually resolved combat here as well. It was very swift. The Eldar Rangers, all 5 of them hewn down by Trajan Valoris, so they were caught and destroyed. Attempted charge here, but failed. No damage from Overwatch with the Shield Captain. So Eldar then really are clustering around this area here, relying on their firepower to keep the Custodes at bay. But Custodes taking advantage of that and beginning to spread out onto objectives. You can see them being held here. Not many models on the table, but a good spread across the board. Trajan taking up position behind these containers just there. Now there's still a unit of these as well available, so plenty of infantry available here for the Custodes. We'll go on to Eldar turn 5. Cards to trade in. Assassinate was picked up. Assassinate was picked up here, yes. Big Game Hunter, no. And it's going to be dumped now because it seems as though the Wraith Knight will not be destroyed here in this game. So a fresh 3 cards to be drawn. That'll be good. Hoping for objective type cards to come through will help the Custodes along. Still the game's very tight. We'll go on to Eldar turn 5 next. Remember, the game could end once this turn's finished. Alright, so moving for the Eldar here, realising that multiple objectives are now being claimed by the Custodes. They've now elected to move out as quick as possible. Just going to have to try and push our way through units that stand in our way. It's going to be difficult here, but hidden path, and we rolled objective number 6. That's the one we rolled up for, yeah. So just mark that here. No enemy units within 12. At the moment, Valoris is just behind there, so that's denying that one to the Eldar. Defend objective number 5, thankfully, is this one here, the one that we do control. And then secure objective number 2, which is all the way over the other side, miles away, and well protected, well defended here by the Custodian Guard. This is the strength. These 3 objectives being held. This is a strong position to be in for the Custodes. Eldar need to play aggressive. They need to sweep away resistance as quick as possible. So movement for them here. Wraith Knights moved out along with the Bone Singer. Rangers have stayed where they are. Dark Reapers have swung around 7 inches. Scorpions have moved out aggressively here, and they've been accompanied by Eldrad, the Autarch on the jet bike, and the Warlock here, and the Spirit Seer. And then we've maintained position on objective number 5 with the Autarch with the Reaper launcher. That's movement done. Psychic phase next. Okay, psychic phase complete. Guide put on the Dark Reapers. Fortune put on the Wraith Knight. We've knitted some Wraith Bone. 3 wounds restored. It's back up to 18 wounds now on the Wraith Knight there, thanks to the Bone Singer. Conceal's gone off on the Scorpions. We tried to move them as well with Quicken, but fouled on that one. Smite went off from Eldrad and took out the Shield Captain. He is gone. Doom's also been cast with a reroll there from Eldrad. That went off there against the Custodian Guard. 4 psychic powers from him, because at the start of the turn I gained a command point for Eldrad. We're on a 6-up, and I used that for unparalleled mastery, manifesting another psychic power from Eldrad. So that's psychic phase complete. Not too bad here from the Eldar. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. Okay, shooting phase resolved. One of the Custodian Guard brought down. That was Shuriken catapult firepower coming through. Sniper shots coming through. One of the mortal wounds from these was picked off the last wound. Dark Reapers picked off 2 wounds. So one Custodian Guard left just inside the cathedral over there. No target for him. Wraith Knight fired across at the unit hidden around here. Just got 1 wound. And a 3+ invuln save passed with ease, and that's about all the firepower there is. So shooting phase complete. No charges, no overwatch. We have to hold on here for this one, but Luke can trade in this defend objective number 4. Yes, number 4. That's been picked up. 2 points immediately there, and all of a sudden the game is either evened up or the Custodes now find themselves ahead. The hidden path we can't pick up. And secure objective number 2 is over there. That's miles away. Okay, so we will dump that card, I think. And that'll be the end of the turn here for the Eldar. So we'll go on to we'll roll up to see if the game continues. So we'll roll to see if the game continues. Luke gets the roll here, so it's like. There's a cock dice, it doesn't matter, the results is exactly the same. The game finishes here on turn 5. So what we'll do is we'll calculate points. The game has finished here at this point. We'll get an exact score. I think with those last 2 points that came in, the Custodes have edged it. We'll get an exact scoreline here. Okay, got an exact scoreline here. 8 points to the Eldar. 8 points picked up here, but first strike was achieved by the Eldar in this game. Yeah. What unit did they destroy?
It was the Dreadnought.
Dreadnought destroyed. Okay, it's that 1 point that secured them victory. No Warlords kills here. No line breaker for either side. Well, it's a real deadlock of a game, this one. We're a war of attrition, and both sides were right to be cautious about trying to pick up points and also to preserve units towards the end of the game, because it's been a very, very tight scoreline indeed. But it is 9-8 the final score, and the Eldar, by the narrowest of margins, can claim victory here in this battle. A fascinating combination, these two armies. Two very elite forces colliding. They sort of went into each other, and then you could sense the eliteness of these forces here, pulling back and in and out of combat and so on. The Eldar especially in and out and all over the place, trying to avoid total contact with the Custodes, but they've managed to see themselves through here to a narrow victory. Great game though, thanks to Luke Seaman for coming down. Great to see the Custodes taking part in the game, but in this particular fight the Eldar have triumphed, but it's been extremely close. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Right, so units of the game. Trajan Valoris gets it here for the Custodes. He came out of the Land Raider when the time was just right, smashed his way through all of the opponents here. Avatar brought down, killed the Rangers, and a general good all-round display from him. For the Eldar, I'm going to give it to the Wraith Knight. Durable, absorbed a whole load of damage, and with the help of the Bone Singer restored a load of wounds, and its firepower, a real anchor here for this Eldar force, despite the loss of the jet bikes. So that's units of the game for both sides.